My worst day ever as a server? I'm so glad you asked. It was exactly a year ago, actually, Mother's Day 2024. We walk in the building, and if you don't know, Mother's Day at a restaurant, especially like mine, it's like the Super Bowl. Okay, there's not a single day I could think of that we prepare for more. Maybe Valentine's Day, but even that, it doesn't really compare to what Mother's Day is. Okay, so 11 a.m., doors open, line out the door. Okay, we basically flat seat 50 tables. That's about how big my restaurant is 50 tables. And about 20 minutes after we opened, our entire computer system goes down. I don't know if it had to do with the fact that we were working so quickly. I don't know if we overloaded it, but it just shuts down completely. So that means we cannot send in tickets. We cannot run credit cards. We basically can't do anything. In an instant, the entire restaurant has to transition from being a tablet at the table, like we're sending in orders that way, to handwriting tickets. For me, this wasn't like the biggest problem in the world because I have good handwriting. I'm really organized. Like I had a good system worked out, but it was not good for some of the people with like illegible handwriting. The kitchen could not figure out what they needed to make. That part was a disaster. Not only that, but you had to write multiple copies of your ticket, like one for the salad window, one for the guys who were working on the grill. Like you had to write things out multiple times. We also have support staff that like makes all of our drinks and helps run our food. So you also had to write a ticket for them or like verbally communicate to them. It was pandemonium, like immediate pandemonium. And then on top of that, you can't process a credit card if you don't have a computer system. So we are literally using carbon copies, like from the 90s. I don't even know how we found them in the restaurant, but literally one of the managers would take your ticket and he would manually do all the math. He had a menu next to him and he was doing all of the math, figuring out the total, doing the tax, doing the liquor tax, doing all of it. And then you had to go get the card numbers from the customer, write it down, and hope that they would also write a tip down on that ticket. Because like we couldn't process their card and we just had to tell them like, hey, we're going to run your card at the end of the night. And like people were not happy. Obviously, people were not happy. And you also have to remember, we have a full restaurant. So I have one manager trying to do all of this math, ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket by hand. So I had customers waiting 45 minutes to get just their ticket. Like they'd finished their meal and they were just waiting to pay. It was horrible. This went on for multiple hours. You would think, hey, our computer system's down, things are going really poorly. Maybe we should like slow down seating or maybe not work. No, that was no shot that was going to happen. We kept going. I remember at one point my manager was on the phone with like tech support trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And he needed to be like Googling things at the same time. And I literally just gave him my phone. I'm like, use my phone for whatever you need. Like use the internet. Here's my passcode. Cause I was just like, you need to be able to function and work right now. Like it was a bonding experience for sure for the entire restaurant. And in situations like that, you just keep repeating to yourself, like, this is going to end eventually. Like, this will end. The restaurant's going to have to close at some point tonight. But you're just in hell until that happens. Like, people are mad. But they're trying to be nice because it's like, they get that it's not in your control. But they're like, why am I waiting for 45 minutes to pay for my goddamn food? And I'm like, I don't know. At a certain point, I remember looking at tables and go, if you have X amount in cash, you can just go. And it worked a couple times. I'm sure I lost the restaurant money that day, but I was like, if you just want to hand me some cash, you can leave. Like, it'll be fine. I'll deal with it. It'll be fine. I've had busy and bad days in the restaurant. I've had the power go out in the middle of a shift. Like, I've had bad moments. Nothing has ever topped that. Knock on, because tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I honestly have a little bit of PTSD. I'm like so scared. It's going to be a long day. I just know it won't be that bad, hopefully.
Why I just left Walmart and this girl I used to go to school with, I'm talking about, she walked with me. Hey, Kirsten. I was like, hey, girl, I ain't seen you in so long. You know, just to make a conversation. She was like, can I get a ride home? I was like, you get a ride home? How did you get here? And then she was like, oh, I walked. And I was like, oh, okay, because I started feeling bad. So I'm like, yeah, you can get a ride home, whatever. So we walking outside or whatever. I noticed she lingering off in the back, like taking her precious time. I'm trying to walk to the car. Like, baby, you gonna get left. You need to be following me trying to get to this car. She finally made it to the car. She was in there. She was texting and stuff. And then I'm like, where you live? Let me know where you live. And then she told me where she lives was like 14 minutes away. So I'm like, damn, you walk 14 minutes away to get to Walmart, bitch. What did you? And she didn't have nothing, mind you. She didn't have shit. So you walk 14 minutes for nothing, sister. But I digress. So I'm driving. I'm taking her home. She's telling me, turn right here, go straight, So, next thing I know, bitch, I've been driving for a little over 14 minutes at this point, and I'm just like, girl, are you sure we're going to the right place? She was like, yeah, just keep going. Baby, so right now, I'm starting to get suspicious. And then she's still in the phone, mind you, she's still in the phone, texting type of room. So, we finally make it to the destination, and then she's telling me to pull in this long-ass driveway, and I'm just like, ooh, Ooh, because the driveway ain't got no sides. It's like two deep ass pits on the side of the road where you're supposed to pull in. So I'm trying my best not to go in the damn ditches on the side of the driveway. So I'm pulling in. I see this boy walk outside. He got a whole few on the side of him. I'm like, what the hell is going on? She's like, oh, that's my brother. Don't worry about him. I'm like, girl, if you don't get your ass out this car. She did not get out the car, y'all. And we in this long ass driveway. And her brother's right there with a fucking pew. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So I put the car in reverse. I reversed my ass out that long ass driveway. I didn't give a damn about them little pits on the side. I was reversing that bitch. By the time we got to the end of the driveway, we was at the road again. And I told her she got to get out. She got to walk up that damn driveway. And when she walked up to that damn driveway, I took my ass, skirted out from that bitch. Mind you, we in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm trying to get back home. Don't know why I said yes in the first place. Like, y'all, please stop being nice to these people. Please stop being nice. Say no! Say no! Because why is your brother working out there with a damn pew? Like, well, it was kind of giving set up. It was kind of giving they were trying to trap me. They were trying to get me. No, you can't get me, sister. So, yeah. I'm a little traumatized. I will not be doing that again.
Weird things that my friends have done to me in the past. Well, like, whenever I was friends with them. I had these friends in high school, and keep in mind, like, I could never really like make girlfriends because I was always the new girl. So I thought that these friends were genuine, and I loved them, you know, like we were like the it girls, you know, like we were a big old group. Like, I don't know, I just loved us together. So keep in mind, at this time I was in 9th grade. Okay, I was a virgin, and so I didn't really like talk to guys like that either, you know, and I was a good girl, literally. Like, I didn't even go out. Like, these girls were like total opposites for me. They were all known for being the 304s at school. And yeah, but one thing about me is I don't judge. Like, I could have 304 friends and I won't be a 304. You know, like, that's just how my friend is. Like, what? But obviously, like, you know, like, if you hang out with somebody, they're gonna obviously think that you're like that, right? So, these girls were just 304s, okay? And we were all at lunch, and they were like, okay, weird, but they were like, let's rate each other about who's the biggest 304. And they were like, okay, yeah, like, da-da-da-da. Why the fuck was I number 1 on that list? Like I said, I was a virgin. I never hung out with no guys, nothing like that. Like, barely even talked to guys for real. Like, how am I number 1 on the list? Like, what? Like, I'm talking, like, these girls, like, one of them had like 3 abortions and she was just in 9th grade. The other one, like, would always go get fucked. The other ones already had, like, lost their virginity. And this is 9th grade. Like, baby, we're 15, 16 years old. Like, what? How the fuck am I number 1 on the list? But I was just like, you bitches are weird. I still continue to be friends with... Oh, shit. I still continue to be friends with them. But, like, still, like, that was some weird-ass shit. Okay, so moving forward, now I am out of high school. I am not friends with those girls no more. And, yeah, like, my life just continued on without them. And so I started going out, and I became friends with this party girl. Okay, y'all, some friends are literally just meant for certain things, okay? Like, you can't, like, there's friends that are meant for you just to party with, and that's it. Like, they don't need to know your information. They don't need to know your life. They don't really need to know anything about you. Just like, hey, girl, do you want to go out? Oh, yeah, bitch, I'm down. Okay, like, just that. Like, they are just meant for that. Then there's friends that, you know, you can, like, do fun things with and things like that. They still don't really need to know, like, you know, like, too much about you. Then you have your best friend, you know, can know, like, things about you and things like that, right? And then you just have, like, acquaintances and, like, things like that, right? Like, of course, like, let them be genuine friendships, like, all of them, but, like, just play your role, okay, bitch? So I ended up becoming friends with this party girl. She was wild. Also a 304. I don't know what's up with me, like, making 304 friends. They're just fun, you know, like, they always have story times, and like, their life is just crazy, and like, I don't know, I just love having 304 friends. Like, it's so fun. So I was friends with her, and we just ended up like becoming close as fuck. Her parents were super strict on her. Like, they would always argue. She just was staying the night, like, often. And then she ends up obviously just staying with me, like, for real. And that's my motherfucking problem. I need to stop letting people fucking live with me whenever I feel bad. Because guess what? If I go through something, you think somebody's gonna let me live with them? No. She ends up living with me for like months, like for the whole summer, I want to say. I don't know, like, she just got too comfortable here. She will use all of my shit, like my perfumes, my lotions, like everything like that. She ends up meeting somebody, and she would just literally use like this house like a hotel and things like that. And also, it was just too much drama. This one isn't really like, oh, she did like weird things to me. Like, she didn't. Like, she still be showing me love. Like I said, like, it's no shade, but it's just like, I ended up finding out that she ended up having money. Like, she didn't put no groceries in the house. She was here for a long time, you know. Like, she would eat like all of her food here. She used all of my shit. She didn't replace it. I ended up finding out that she had money in her like cash app. Like, she had enough money to, like, the time that she was living here, like, she could have literally helped around, like, she could have put groceries in the house, and she was eating all of it. She could have used, oh, I ended up finding out she ended up having money. She was using all of my things, wasted all of my things, and comes to find out, y'all, in her luggage, she had everything that she was using of mine. She had it in her luggage. She had perfume, she had lotions, and she didn't really start, I guess, using them, or I don't know how I ended up finding out that she had them in her luggage, until all of my shit ran out. I'm looking here because this is like where all of my perfumes are. Until all of my shit ran out, and then she wants to, like, I guess, pull them out and things like that. And I'm just like, girl, what the hell? But it was like a lot of things like in the midst of that, and I was just like, okay, baby, we gotta go home. Like, her mom would like just get my mom involved, like, in their drama, and it was just like too much shit, you know. Like, sorry babes, like, I hope like everything goes good for you, but you got to get the fuck, please. Moving forward, I end up talking to this guy, and I end up like, he didn't work in town, so I would be over there like with him. And me being nice as fuck, like, I sometimes I'm just too nice. I mean, I learned my fucking lesson, you know, like, but anyways, so I let my friends borrow my car. Well, my friend borrow my car. I don't know, I guess she had got like lit the night before, and she just wasn't in the mood because I had to get picked up like at a certain time because I had to go to work all the way back in Houston. And so she was all like, oh, I can't, like, just tell him to take you or whatever. And I was like, girl, like, he has to work in the morning. Like, you have my car, like, get up and come pick me up. Like, what's tea? Like, the fuck? And so I was just mad as fuck because I was just like, how am I gonna let you borrow my car, and I told you that I need to be picked up on this day, and that shit just pissed me off, you know. Like, that shit was weird as fuck to me because it was just like, bitch, I let you borrow my car. Like, what the fuck? I'm to fucking find out, since whenever I let her borrow my car, she got into it with this other car, and she tried to like cut them off, but they like ended up cutting her off or something like that, and she scraped my tires on the curb. And I was like, and she didn't tell me right away. She told me like weeks later. And I was all like, bitch. And no, I didn't even know she did that because I did not check about, sorry, I'm reading a text. I did not check my car like that. Like, she didn't even like try to give me money to fix them or nothing like that. Like, just to take the initiative and be like, I'm sorry, like, here, if you want to get it fixed, here's the money. Like, no, she didn't even try doing it. Then I had this other friend that would like always try to like downplay me in some type of fucking way, like, and I didn't like, it would piss me off, and I would tell her like, bitch, like, shut the fuck up already, because it was just so annoying. Like, she would be going through something and I was going through something too, like guys we were talking to. But the thing about me is I'm not gonna sit here, and if a guy is dogging me out, bitch, you think I'm gonna be fucking in my bed crying that this guy is dogging me out? Bitch, no. I'm gonna get the fuck and go dog him out back, you know? And at that, like, it's like, if a guy ever fucking thinks about dogging me out, bitch, you think that I'm really for real gonna fucking be with this person for real? No, bitch, I'm having my fun with him. Like, I'm playing my role. Like, the fuck? Having my motherfucking fun with him, like, dogging him out for fun. Just like he's dogging me out. But this girl would get dogged the fuck out, and she wouldn't do shit about it. And I'm like, girl, you need to stand up. But then she would like compare my situation to her situation, like, he's doing this and this and da-da-da, like, ew, like, basically calling me stupid as fuck. But it's like, bitch, no. Like, I'm over here dogging him out and you know that, and you're over here just fucking crying because you're getting dogged out. Like, bitch, don't sit here and compare our situations when they're not even damn near the fucking same. Like, no, bitch, like, we're both getting dogged out, but at least I'm doing something the fuck about it, ho. I also had this friend that the guy that she was talking to, like, he's just, anything that fucking talks and walks, he fucking wants to talk to it. So obviously, like, he tried talking to me, and like, she knew that, and yeah, but obviously, like, I didn't give him the time of the day, so that's why, like, she ended up talking to him. But yeah. And so why the fuck he was like at her place, and I didn't feel comfortable going to her place because, you know, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel comfortable going to girls, like, to my friends' places whenever, like, their partner is there, unless, like, I'm bringing my man, okay, but, like, if not, like, I feel like that's low-key weird to me. Maybe I'm not matured enough yet, but this one specifically, like, I'm just not gonna be there with you when the guy you're talking to that wanted to fucking fuck me, you know, like, that shit is weird. And so she was all like, I just never wanted to go. And she was just like, because she was always there, and she was like, just come, like, she was all like, you can sleep in the middle of me and him, or you can sleep like with us, like, it's okay, like, it's not gonna be weird.
Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm more than just an alcoholic, but today I have been sober for 304 days, also known as 10 months. It's a great day, and I'm super proud of myself for getting here. But before I lead into the topic of this video, PSA, it will be emotional. It will be long. I don't know how long. We'll find out. And some of you may think to yourselves, why would you ever choose to talk about this on your 10-month celebratory video? Because even at 10 months sober, this is something that affects me every day. Probably will for the rest of my life. And it should. I had somebody reach out and ask me if I could talk about what it is like to be married to an alcoholic from the spouse's perspective. I have a lot of spouses of alcoholics on here, or ex-spouses of alcoholics on here, and I get messages saying that I have helped them understand. And that's what I want. I really want that. I think some of these videos have helped my ex understand. So as far as our story, I emotionally damaged him, potentially for the rest of his life. I looked at the man who loved me the most for everything I was and told him that I hated him on a regular basis. I didn't hate him. I don't hate him. I never will. He was a really good husband, and he's an amazing dad. I picked the right one. He didn't. The woman that he is no longer married to is not the woman that he married. He watched me go from happy-go-lucky fun in my early 20s to struggling with postpartum and trying to get me through it, to becoming a full-blown alcoholic. And he dealt with that every day. And even though I broke him down, he never did that to me. Ever. I know I made him feel alone because I prioritized the drink in my hand instead of him and our marriage. Because I had become selfish and angry for where I had gotten myself to. Couldn't stop. I wasn't strong enough yet, but I wish I would have been. I made him feel unworthy because I criticized him every day. I would turn molehills into mountains for no fucking reason. I'd lost control of my mind. Looking for every excuse to drink. Yeah, there's people out there that deal with it in a healthy way, and I just couldn't understand it. Now I do. The blame I placed on him for everything. No. When you're repeatedly saying things that you get sober and realize you didn't mean, unfortunately, do not go away. It doesn't just reverse the damage you've done. I know that. Do I wish I could? Yeah, I say that a lot. If I could go back 10 years and do it all differently, I would. I'd still marry him. But I would have done my best to not have turned into who I did. Being married to somebody who is in active addiction feels helpless, I'm sure. You can only do so much. They have to want it themselves. I didn't want it yet. I was doing everything in my power to get him to leave me so that I didn't have to. And I did anyways. Gave up. Those vows are for life. But sometimes they're not. But sometimes there's things you could have done to make sure that it was. And I didn't do those things. On the plus side of this, because I left, I get to watch him find himself again. That's all I want for him. He's a good person. He's funny. He could always make me laugh. But towards the end, I wouldn't allow it to. Even though he was funny, I wouldn't allow him to make me laugh. I couldn't. I think I made him feel dumb. He wasn't. He was trying to help me. In these meetings, you know, they say miracles happen. People find their way back to each other. But they don't always. And I get so fucking jealous when I hear people who have success stories in their marriage. They made it through. They fought through it. They didn't give up. I don't know if he would have given up on me. I think, yeah, at a certain point. Because who fucking wouldn't? Yeah, I regret it. I do. I want him back. He knows that. But I get it. How could you ever trust that I won't go back there? Can't. I will continue to show him. And if that's not what our future is, that's not what our future is. But at least he'll be my friend. And at least we will co-parent well for Matt. And we will do our fucking best to make sure that that kid is okay. And that's what matters. So, yeah, I cry about this a lot. I should. The regret is there. I miss him. But these are the consequences that I have to deal with. Just because you apologize doesn't make it go away.
My husband of 20 years has been cheating on me with our son's 18-year-old girlfriend. I'm going to use pseudonyms for anyone I reference in this post. I, 41 female, am a stay-at-home mom. My husband, 48 male, whom we'll call Paul, works in finance. We have been married for nearly 20 years. We have 2 kids, whom we'll call Eric, our 18-year-old son, currently a senior in high school, and Mary, our 15-year-old daughter. My marriage with my husband has grown somewhat stale over the years for a myriad of reasons, such as his work schedule and how I've aged poorly since we first met. Our son Eric has a girlfriend, 18 female, whom he's been dating since they were freshmen in high school. We'll call her Amy. Eric absolutely adores Amy. She's his first love, and she's someone I've always considered as family. This makes the whole situation emotionally excruciating for me. Last week, I inadvertently saw my husband's phone screen and got a glimpse of a text thread between my husband and Amy, our son's girlfriend. And I read what looked like a message of her telling him that she misses sucking his cock. I froze in place. In complete disbelief, I spent most of the day convincing myself that I must have misread what I saw. However, I didn't misread it because over the last several days, I discovered a file on his computer filled with tons of BDSM porn. Clearly has a porn addiction. He also has saved photos of Amy from her Instagram on his computer. Although they weren't inappropriate, she was fully clothed, it was still the proof I needed to confirm that I wasn't going crazy. I also looked at his phone during opportune moments and saw more of their interactions. I wish I never looked. They were filled with mean, horrible things said at my expense, with him constantly comparing me to her. He would call me fat and old, among other things, with Amy LOLing. I've always had hunches or paranoid feelings that Paul has been cheating on me, but never in a million years could I fathom something like this. Last month, I found a thong in our bedroom that I know wasn't mine. I turned a blind eye to it, being naive and acting like it was maybe our daughter's, even though that made zero sense. Not only is he cheating on me, but he's betraying our son. I'm completely devastated. I don't even think words can adequately describe the dread, anger, shock I feel right now. I'm totally overwhelmed on how to handle this because obviously action needs to be taken, but I'm terrified of what kind of psychic blow this will be for my son. I have no idea how to even approach this completely fucked up topic with him. I wouldn't wish this predicament on my worst enemy. I can't even believe I married this scumbag in the first place. And then my mind started to race, realizing that I started noticing specifically unusual behavior from him around the same time Amy turned 18. Was he waiting for her to turn 18 before pursuing this affair? There's so many layers to all of this, and I'm completely paralyzed with fear and dread about it all. None of it makes any fucking sense. How did this happen? Am I that much of a stupid idiot that I let all of this happen under my watch? Eric adores Amy, and the thought of revealing the sickening truth to him terrifies me. The impact on his young heart and mind could be devastating. My heart aches for Eric and Mary, who are completely innocent bystanders. I haven't confronted my husband about this because I'm frankly scared of the domino effect. I don't know who to turn to first about this. I share my story not for sympathy, but in search of understanding and perhaps advice from those who might have had to grapple with deep betrayal. Oh my God. One thing that is dawning on me harder than ever now is the trust issues my son will inevitably have going forward in future relationships. The amount of rage and anger I have towards my husband can't be described in words.